Let's go back into the build here, Josh. I guess we'll go to my screen, if you will, and I'm going to go into the customize menu here up at the top. Jerry, I thought we might just kind of run through a few of these things, and then we'll kind of just navigate through the world of customization as it exists in this build, which, as you already noted, is just a subset of what we can expect to find in the shipping game. So I think we'll just go down the list here. People are probably very eager, I assume. They've never seen this. By the way, I do like this idle animation. You let it sit, and it just kind of cycles through some really cool sort of 3D assets. Which is just, it's nice.
The other cool thing is, like, you just pop into customization. You already know we're doing a lot more, and it's great to hear Sam and you notice some of the customization that's going on with bots and in your own hands with, with your AR. That's all in the game for people to play with.
All right, well, let's start by going in the armor hall, and then we're just going to kind of quickly move through here, and then we'll kind of bounce around like you and I discussed. So armor hall, pretty self-explanatory. This is where I'm going to customize my Spartan's armor, right? So right away, here we go. Now for this tech preview, because it's a subset, I'm going to have one armor core, and that's going to be my Mark 7 armor core. And Jerry, you and I have discussed this a little bit. Just there's been a lot of questions, I think, in the community since we first started talking about armor cores, right? And we've demonstrated this and sort of showed it off in our old overview video and some prior blogs. So how would you sort of best describe, like, what is an armor core and sort of how should we think about that?
Yeah, so this is one of our new systems. So Christopher Blum and Jeremy have done a really great job here creating a system. One of the things when we stepped back in design, we wanted to rethink how do we help make sure that our players are really represented as characters. And when you take a look at Spartan armor, it's like strapping on an F-22, or maybe you want a set of armor that is like an M1 Abrams tank, right? Each one of those vehicles is unique and has a unique character. The other great thing about that, the thing we're trying to build is we're trying to make sure that the character of that armor really comes through. There's really no better way to show this than, hey, Josh, you have one of the pictures, one of the concept pictures? Yeah. Okay. So everyone saw at the end of that amazing multiplayer trailer the samurai armor. When we talk about strapping on a piece of armor as a unique character, I think our first fracture core, and we call these fractures because they're not part of the main canon. They're part of basically side universes that you can look at. You can look at how we're trying to develop the character, and our artists have done an amazing job of really trying to represent the breadth of what we want to look at, maintaining the character throughout the entire armor set, and more importantly, allowing that customization and you as a player saying, hey, look, when I strap on that samurai armor tank, I want to make sure that I can make it mine. And this is the breadth in which we can really express, but stay within the character. We don't want everyone to feel like they're just all one part of a single vehicle, basically. And so then you can look at what the artists have been able to think about, and you take a look at the attachments that you're seeing there. You're seeing swords, you're seeing, a bandolier, you're seeing grenades, you're seeing different hip pieces, you're seeing daggers, you're seeing darts, you're seeing whole different expression of what a samurai could look like. And that's pretty critical for us to help, at least in this first impression and our first moment for everyone at launch. Because remember, at a live game perspective, we are expecting everyone to provide feedback, what works, what doesn't work, what do you want to see more, and that's where the game will grow as we move forward.
Yeah, this is awesome, by the way. I'm super excited by the Yoroi Samurai in particular, which, by the way, we've also confirmed will be one of the first free pieces of content that players can earn in Season 1 by just completing a free event, which is very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that type of completion where just playing the game and earning things is still a part of not only our DNA, but again, from a free-to-play game, we want to make sure that we provide multiple avenues, not just the Battle Pass, but you have different ways, and we'll show that as we go forward, different ways in which you can earn things.
Yeah, right now I'm just kind of cycling through the weapon bench just to give give our viewers a sense of what that looks like. So, if I were to equip weapon coatings, I could check them out here. I'm just sort of scrolling through, giving people a chance to see some of the weapons that we have in the game currently that they'll be able to check out. So I really love this feature.
This is so sweet because every time you pick up a weapon, right, you take it off the weapon pad, it is your weapon, and it'll be skinned the way you want it to. It'll look the way you want it to. It is just a sweet feeling.
Let's quickly jump into vehicle bay. I mean, one quick caveat here is none of the experiences in this tech preview build will let you drive vehicles this time around. But of course, vehicles are an integral part of our sandbox, huge part of the experience, especially with the return of big team battle.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to that a little bit later this year. But I'll just kind of give people a quick glimpse here of some of the updated models, some of these things we're seeing for the first time, I believe.
Yeah, and again, for what we're showing here from a customization perspective, you make this you. So you get to say, hey, look, no, when I drive my Warthog or when I get on my Razorback with my team, I'm the driver. I get into it first. It's going to look the way that I want it to look like. And so as you continue to play and you're in the community, you're going to have different looks from players, and everyone will know like it is you in the driver's seat.
All right, then I'm going to jump down one more real quick here in the body and AI. This one, we obviously have a couple different body types I can choose from. I really love actually the depth that we've been able to go to now for prosthetics, right? Just an additional layer of customization and frankly inclusivity as well.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the biggest thing is just about, from a philosophy perspective for player first is we want everyone to be able to represent themselves. My sisters actually does build prosthetics for a living, and this is very important as it's a part of your identity. It's also, quite frankly, some of it's really cool. And again, we're only showing a very small subset, so don't get lost in that. But the sheer fact that you can do your entire body the way you want to from a prosthetic perspective and really make this your identity is really, really critical for us.
So personal AI is another new addition to the game. We introduced this, people heard some personal AI in the MP trailer, for example.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people out there that became instant fans of Lumu, for example. And I think, we'll talk more about this probably with Tom French in a bit, and we'll see it in action in some of our additional footage. But, this is just a subset, right? So
and it's also just the beginning. Like this is the biggest thing. We have so many things in which you can really express yourself, the way you want to, and even your AI sidekick, it's yours to express. Like it's yours to make yours. And I think the cool thing is that when you see Tom talk about it, and you see the modes you're going to use it in, it really becomes a part of the personality that you bring to the field.
Yeah, and each AI here, for example, has their own unique voice, their own unique personality. Yep. It's really fun, and then you can go one step further if you want to, and actually even a subset of colors as well. So personal AIs are one of my favorite additions to the game currently, and I can't wait for players to experience more of that. And then we have one more grayed out area here, and this is where I'd be able to do stuff like my service tag and emblem, and I think you've alluded to there's more coming than what's in this build, so we want people to stay tuned. Now I think let's quickly. I want to keep things moving here because I know folks are eager. We got a lot to get through. How about you want to jump over to the battle pass?
Yeah, let's do that.
Maybe we'll switch.